Ladies, have you ever wondered what makes one woman unforgettable while others fade into the background? Why does he keep thinking about her? What's her secret? If you're tired of second-guessing yourself or playing endless guessing games, let me tell you this. Captivating his mind isn't about luck or chance. It's about strategy, authenticity, and a bit of playful magic. Here's the truth. Most women fall into the trap of overgiving, overthinking, or, dare I say, trying too hard. But that's not the key to unlocking his thoughts. In fact, the more you chase his attention, the more it slips away. Sounds frustrating, right? But what if I told you there's a better way? A way to make him think about you without even trying. Keep him coming back for more because he wants to, not because you're demanding it. This isn't about manipulation or games. It's about understanding what naturally draws a man's mind toward you and keeps it there. We're going to dive deep into 9 proven ways that will make you unforgettable, magnetic, and impossible to get off his mind. If you follow these steps, you'll find yourself embodying the essence of love. Stoic, calm, confident, and irresistibly alluring. Ready to uncover the secrets? Let's dive into the first step. 1. Spark. His curiosity with mystery. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you met someone who truly intrigued you? Someone who made you sit up and think, who are they? What's their story? Now imagine if you could be that woman for him, the one who leaves him guessing, wondering, craving to know more. The truth is, men are wired to love the chase, and nothing fuels their curiosity like a hint of mystery. Here's where most women go wrong. They lay all their cards on the table too soon. They feel the urge to overshare, to prove themselves, to connect quickly by revealing every little detail about their lives. While openness is a beautiful quality, it's not what ignites a man's imagination. What does spark interest is restraint, the art of revealing just enough to leave him wanting more. Picture this. You're on a date, and he asks about your weekend. Instead of listing off every activity you did, you give a playful, intriguing answer. Oh, you know, just something fun and a little spontaneous. What about you? You've just planted it. In his mind, he's imagining what you did, who you were with, and why you're not giving him the full picture. You've created intrigue, and now he's hooked. But don't stop there. Mystery isn't just about words. It's about how you carry yourself. Are you unpredictable in the best way? Do you have your own world, your own hobbies, and a life that doesn't revolve around him? When you're constantly growing and evolving, you become a living, breathing enigma, and trust me, there's nothing more attractive. Now let's take this concept even further. What if you paired your mystery with confidence? A woman who knows her worth and doesn't feel the need to prove herself naturally commands attention. She embodies Stoicism, calm, unshakable, and undeniably alluring. Men are drawn to this energy because it challenges them. It's not about playing hard to get, it's about being genuinely hard to forget. So how do you implement this? Start by pulling back just a little. The next time you're tempted to overshare, pause and think, what can I say or do that keeps him intrigued? Be playful, but don't give away everything. Let your actions, your demeanor, and your confidence speak louder than your words. Trust me, he'll be thinking about you long after the conversation ends. And here's the kicker. When you leave him wondering, you also leave room for him to pursue you. Men love solving puzzles, and when you're the puzzle, he'll keep coming back for more. Remember, mystery isn't about hiding who you are. It's about revealing yourself in layers, one intriguing piece at a time. Doesn't that sound exciting? Imagine the thrill of knowing you've captured his attention without lifting a finger. That's the power of mystery, and it's only the beginning of your journey into becoming the woman he can't stop thinking about. Are you ready to keep diving deeper? Let's explore the next irresistible step. 2. Be unforgettable in his mind through shared experiences. Think about the last time you truly connected with someone on a deep level. Was it during a casual conversation, or was it in a moment of shared laughter, adventure, or vulnerability? Chances are it was the latter. Shared experiences are the glue that bonds people together, and when those experiences are meaningful, they become unforgettable. If you want him to think about you non-stop, creating powerful, positive memories together is non-negotiable. Here's the thing. Men are naturally visual and emotional beings. They may not always express it, but their memories are tied to feelings. That's why a meaningful shared experience doesn't just occupy his mind. It ignites his emotions every time he thinks about you. It's the reason why certain songs, places, or even scents can transport us back to a moment in time. You want to be that moment for him. So how do you create these unforgettable experiences? Let me paint the picture for you. Imagine this. You suggest something unique for your next date, something out of the ordinary. Instead of the typical dinner or movie, you invite him to a spontaneous hike at sunrise or a salsa dance class. Maybe you try a cooking challenge together or explore a quirky hidden gem in your city. These moments are more than just fun. They're opportunities to bond in ways that leave a lasting impression. Why does this work? Because when people share novel experiences, it creates a rush of excitement and connection. Psychologists call this the misattribution of arousal. Essentially, his mind associates the thrill of the moment with you. It's not manipulation, it's chemistry. You're building a memory that will make his heart skip a beat every time it crosses his mind. But let's take it even deeper. Shared experiences aren't just about doing exciting things. They're about being fully present with each other. In a world where distractions are everywhere, giving someone your undivided attention is rare and incredibly powerful. When you're genuinely engaged with him, laughing together, listening deeply and making him feel seen, you're creating a space where he can be himself. And trust me, that's unforgettable. Here's an insider tip. Don't underestimate the power of vulnerability. When you're willing to let your guard down and share your authentic self, you invite him to do the same. Maybe it's a quiet moment where you open up about a childhood memory, or perhaps it's laughing together over a silly mistake. These moments of shared humanity create intimacy, and intimacy keeps you on his mind. Now let's talk about the importance of consistency. One unforgettable moment is great, but a series of meaningful experiences builds a connection that lasts. It's like weaving a tapestry. Each shared moment is a thread, and over time they form a beautiful picture that he associates with you. Whether it's small rituals like morning coffee chats or big adventures like a weekend road trip, consistency is what transforms fleeting attraction into something deeper. You might be wondering, but what if he starts taking me for granted? Here's the secret. Keep things balanced. While you're creating shared memories, make sure you also have your own life, passions, and goals. This ties back to the Stoicism mindset. A woman who embraces her independence while also sharing her world with him is magnetic. He'll feel lucky to be part of your journey because you're not just filling his life, you're enhancing it. Let's not forget the power of reflection. After an amazing shared experience, take a moment to reminisce with him. A simple, "Wasn't that sunset incredible?" Or, "I can't stop laughing about how terrible we were at dancing," brings the memory back to life. It reminds him of the joy you created together and strengthens the emotional connection. It's a subtle way to keep those moments fresh in his mind, making it impossible for him to forget you. And here's where the magic happens. Once you've created a few unforgettable experiences, you'll start to notice a shift. He'll begin associating happiness, excitement, and comfort with you. You'll be the person he thinks of when he wants to celebrate, unwind, or explore. You won't just be a part of his life, you'll be a highlight of it. Now let me pause and ask, are you inspired? If you're loving these insights so far, show some love by liking this video and commenting number 1 below. Let me know that you're ready to create those unforgettable moments that keep him thinking about you non-stop. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a step on this journey to becoming the most captivating version of yourself. Finally, I want to leave you with a little challenge. What's one shared experience you can plan this week that's out of the ordinary? It doesn't have to be extravagant, just something meaningful, playful, or new. Take that step and watch as he starts to see you in a whole new light. Remember, life is about the moments we create, and love is about the memories we share. When you become the woman he shares those moments with, you'll find that you're no longer just someone in his life. You're the one he can't stop thinking about. Are you ready for the next step? Let's keep the momentum going. What's coming next will deepen the connection even further. 3. Use the power of physical touch. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. Someone lightly brushes their hand against yours as they hand you a cup of coffee. It's a simple touch, but it sends a small jolt through your body, catching you off guard. You remember it, don't you? That's the beauty of physical touch. It lingers in the mind long after the moment has passed. When it comes to making him think about you non-stop, touch is one of the most powerful tools at your disposal. It's subtle, intimate, and incredibly effective at creating a connection that sticks. But here's the catch. It's not about overwhelming him with affection or crossing boundaries. The magic lies in the art of intentional touch, a fleeting, meaningful gesture that leaves an impression without demanding attention. Here's why this works so well. Physical touch triggers the release of oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. Even the smallest touch can create feelings of trust, comfort, and connection. The key is to make these moments feel organic, unforced, and perfectly timed. So how do you do it? Start small. Imagine you're walking together and you lightly touch his arm while laughing at something he said. Or perhaps you're sitting side by side and your knees accidentally brush against each other. These moments are subtle, but they create an electric charge that draws his mind to you. He'll replay these moments in his head, wondering if you noticed the same spark he did. But don't limit yourself to casual touches. A deliberate, well-placed gesture can be even more powerful. Think about adjusting his tie while looking him in the eye, brushing a strand of hair off his forehead, or holding his hand just a moment longer than necessary. These actions communicate confidence and warmth, showing that you're comfortable with intimacy without overwhelming him. Now, let's talk about context. Touch can feel natural or awkward, depending on the situation, so you'll want to choose your moments wisely. Are you sharing a playful conversation? A gentle nudge on the shoulder might be perfect. Are you comforting him during a tough time? A reassuring pat on the back or a squeeze of the hand can speak volumes. It's not about the gesture itself, it's about how it fits into the moment. You might wonder, but won't he notice what I'm doing? Won't it seem too intentional? Here's the beauty of it. Intentional touch doesn't feel calculated when it's paired with genuine emotion. When you're truly engaged with him, your gestures will come across as natural extensions of your connection. He won't overanalyze them, but he'll feel them, and they'll linger in his mind. Now let's take this to the next level. Touch isn't just about creating a spark. It's about reinforcing an emotional bond. Think of those moments when a couple shares a long hug, holds hands during a walk, or rest their head on each other's shoulders. These gestures aren't just physical, they're deep emotional signals of trust and affection. When you use touch to build this level of connection, it becomes a constant reminder of the intimacy you share. But here's a crucial tip. Balance is everything. Too much touch can feel overwhelming, while too little can leave him feeling disconnected. Pay attention to his cues and let him reciprocate. When he starts initiating touch, you'll know you've created a space where he feels comfortable and drawn to you. And don't forget, physical touch doesn't always have to be romantic. Playful, friendly touches, like a high five after a shared joke or a light poke during a teasing moment, are just as effective. They create a sense of ease and joy that makes you unforgettable. These moments reinforce that being with you feels good, and that's a feeling he'll crave. Now let's zoom out for a moment. What happens when you combine touch with everything else you've learned so far? When you pair the mystery we discussed in Step 1 with the shared experiences from Step 2, and you add intentional touch into the mix, you're creating a recipe for unforgettable chemistry. Every touch becomes a memory, every memory becomes a thought, and every thought keeps him coming back to you. So the next time you're with him, don't underestimate the power of touch. Whether it's a small, fleeting gesture or a more deliberate moment of connection, your touch can leave an imprint on his heart and mind. He'll carry those feelings with him, replaying the moments over and over until you're all he can think about. And the best part, this isn't about manipulation or tricks. It's about expressing your affection in ways that feel natural, authentic, and meaningful. It's about showing him without words that he's special to you, and that's something he'll never forget. Ready to take it even deeper? Let's move forward and uncover the next irresistible way to make him think about you non-stop. Each step is building toward a connection so strong he won't be able to resist you. Fourth, build a magnetic personality through confidence. Let's get real for a moment. Have you ever met someone whose energy was so magnetic that you couldn't help but be drawn to them? They weren't necessarily the loudest or flashiest person in the room, but they had an undeniable aura, a quiet confidence that made you sit up and take notice. That's the kind of energy we're talking about here. Confidence isn't just about you feel, it's about how you make others feel. If you want him to think about you non-stop, building a magnetic personality through confidence is key. Here's the truth. Men are captivated by women who know their worth. A confident woman doesn't seek validation. She already carries it within herself. She's unshaken by rejection or challenges because she knows that her value doesn't come from others. That kind of energy is irresistible, and it leaves a lasting impression. But let's break this down. What does confidence really look like? It's not arrogance or trying to prove you're better than anyone else. It's about embracing who you are, flaws and all, and living authentically. A woman who walks into a room with self-assurance sends a clear message. I'm comfortable in my own skin, and I don't need anyone's approval to shine. So how do you cultivate this kind of confidence? Start with self-awareness. Take a moment to reflect on your strengths, passions, and values. What makes you unique? What are you proud of? When you recognize your own worth, it becomes easier to radiate confidence. And don't worry, it's okay if you're still a work in progress. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about embracing your journey with grace and determination. Now here's where the magic happens. Confidence isn't just about your mindset. It's also about your actions. Think about the way you carry yourself. Do you walk with purpose? Do you make eye contact when you speak? These small but powerful behaviors communicate confidence without you saying a word, and trust me, he'll notice. Another key aspect of confidence is the ability to speak your mind. A magnetic woman isn't afraid to share her thoughts, opinions, and ideas. She engages in meaningful conversations, asks questions, and listens deeply. When you bring this kind of energy into your interactions, you leave him intrigued and eager to learn more about you. But let's take it a step further. Confidence isn't just about what you do, it's also about what you don't do. A confident woman doesn't chase or cling. She doesn't beg for attention or settle for less than she deserves. Instead, she sets boundaries, respects herself, and trusts that the right person will value her for who she is. This self-assured attitude is what makes you unforgettable. It shows him that being with you is a privilege, not a given. Now let me give you a little secret. Men love a challenge. They're naturally drawn to women who inspire them to step up and be their best selves. When you embody confidence, you're not just attracting him, you're motivating him to rise to your level. And that's where the magic of love Stoicism comes in. A woman with Stoicism is calm, grounded, and centered. She doesn't let external circumstances dictate her worth, and that energy is magnetic. Here's an example. Imagine you're on a date, and he makes a light-hearted joke at your expense. Instead of getting defensive, you laugh it off and playfully tease him back. This response shows that you're secure in yourself, you're not easily rattled, and you can handle a little banter. That's confidence in action, and it's incredibly attractive. But remember, confidence is a journey, not a destination. It's something you cultivate over time by stepping out of your comfort zone, learning from challenges, and celebrating your growth. The more you build this inner strength, the more it will radiate outward, drawing him closer and keeping him captivated. Now let's make this interactive. If you're loving these insights so far, I want you to like this video and comment number 1 below. Let me know that you're ready to embrace your confidence and build a personality that he can't resist. And if you want to take your magnetism to the next level, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss another step on this transformative journey. Finally, let me leave you with a question. What's one thing you can do today to step into your confidence? Maybe it's wearing that bold outfit you've been saving, speaking up in a meeting, or simply reminding yourself that you're enough just as you are. Whatever it is, take that step and watch how it changes not only the way you see yourself, but also the way he sees you. Stay with me because the next step will bring you even closer to becoming the woman who lives rent-free in his mind. You won't want to miss it. 5. Send subtle reminders of yourself. Have you ever noticed how certain things can instantly remind you of someone? A song, a scent, or even a random phrase can bring back memories so vividly, it's as if they're right there with you. That's the power of subtle reminders. They weave you into his daily life even when you're not around. If you want to stay on his mind non-stop, mastering this art is an absolute must. Here's the beauty of this approach. It's not about grand gestures or over-the-top declarations. In fact, the more understated your reminders are, the more powerful they become. The idea is to leave small, intentional traces of yourself in his world, little moments that trigger thoughts of you without you having to say a word. Let's start with something simple. Picture this. You're spending time together, and you casually mention your favorite band, movie, or book. Maybe you even recommend something for him to check out later. When he hears that band on the radio, watches that movie, or picks up that book, guess who's the first person he'll think of? That's right, you. Another way to subtly remind him of you is through shared jokes or phrases. Imagine you've created an inside joke between the two of you, something only the two of you understand. Every time he hears or sees something related to that joke, he'll smile and think of you. It's a light-hearted, effortless way to stay connected even when you're apart. Now let's talk about leaving a physical reminder. This doesn't mean giving him something obvious or overwhelming. It's about being subtle. Maybe you accidentally leave your scarf behind in his car, or gift him a playlist with songs you both enjoy. These little tokens aren't just items, they're memories. Every time he sees or hears them, they'll evoke thoughts of you and the moments you shared. But subtle reminders don't have to be physical, they can also be digital. Sending a thoughtful text, sharing a meme that reminds you of him, or posting something intriguing on social media are all ways to stay on his radar without being overbearing. For instance, posting a picture of a place you recently visited with a caption like, "What do you think of this?" might make him wonder about your adventure and maybe even wish he was there with you. Now, here's an important note. Subtle reminders are only effective when they're balanced. If you flood his world with constant updates or overly obvious gestures, it can have the opposite effect. The key is to be thoughtful and intentional. Less is more when it comes to creating intrigue and leaving a lasting impression. Let's take this concept a step further by connecting it to something even more profound: emotion. A reminder is most powerful when it's tied to a feeling. Think about the last time you smelled a familiar fragrance and were instantly transported back to a moment in time. That's what you want to create for him. Whether it's through laughter, comfort, or excitement, your reminders should evoke emotions that make him miss you. Imagine this. You plan a fun day together, filled with laughter and great conversation. At the end of the day, you playfully tease him with a, "Let's see if you can remember this place without me next time." It's light, playful, and leaves a mark. Now, every time he visits that place, he'll think of you and the fun you had. This brings us to the heart of the matter. Subtle reminders are about creating associations. You want him to link certain things, songs, places, jokes, or even scents, with you. These associations become mental triggers that keep you on his mind long after you've said goodbye. But don't forget, subtle reminders only work when you're authentic. This isn't about crafting an image or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about sharing parts of yourself in a way that feels natural and genuine. When he sees or hears something that reminds him of you, it should feel warm, personal, and real, not calculated. And here's the best part. These reminders work both ways. While you're leaving traces of yourself in his world, he's also likely creating connections to you in his own mind. Every time he smiles at a memory, laughs at an inside joke, or thinks of a place you visited together, he's reinforcing those associations. Over time, you become more than just a passing thought. You become part of his world. So the next time you're with him, think about the little ways you can leave a lasting impression. It might be as simple as sharing a favorite song, gifting him a memorable experience, or planting a playful idea in his mind. These moments may seem small, but they're powerful. They're the threads that weave you into the fabric of his daily life. As you master this art, you'll notice something incredible happening. He won't just think about you. He'll want to reach out to share his thoughts and create new memories together. That's the power of subtle reminders. They're not just about staying on his mind. They're about deepening the connection between you and creating a bond that keeps growing stronger. Ready to take the next step? Each strategy is building on the last, and what comes next will take your connection to an even deeper level. Let's keep going because the best is yet to come. 6. Be supportive, but maintain your independence. Let's dive into a secret that many women overlook when it comes to captivating a man's attention: the balance between being supportive and fiercely independent. Men crave a partner who stands by them but also stands strong on her own. When you strike this balance, you become unforgettable. A woman who's both a source of comfort and inspiration. First, let's talk about support. In today's fast-paced world, everyone is carrying their own struggles, ambitions, and doubts. When you show genuine support for his dreams and challenges, you're doing more than just being kind. You're proving that you see him, truly see him. Whether it's cheering him on before a big presentation, asking about his goals, or simply listening when he vents about his day, these gestures show that you care, and that care sticks in his mind long after the moment has passed. But here's the key. Support doesn't mean losing yourself. Too often, women fall into the trap of centering their lives around a man, thinking that's the best way to show love and commitment. The truth, that's the quickest way to lose his respect and your sense of self. A truly magnetic woman knows how to be there for him while also prioritizing her own dreams, passions, and independence. Imagine this. You're talking about your day, and you mention the progress you're making toward a goal you've been working on. Whether it's a career milestone, a fitness journey, or a creative project, he sees a woman who's driven, ambitious, and fully in charge of her own life. That's not just attractive, it's inspiring. When you're thriving in your own lane, you challenge him to step up in his. You're not just a partner, you're a role model. And here's the thing, independence doesn't mean being distant or unavailable. It means having your own world that you're excited to share with him. Maybe it's a hobby you're passionate about, a close-knit group of friends, or a vision for your future that's uniquely yours. These elements of your life not only keep you grounded, they also make you incredibly interesting. When he sees that you're a complete person, with or without him, he'll be drawn to you even more. Let's not forget the power of boundaries. Being supportive doesn't mean saying yes to everything or letting him lean on you without limits. It's about knowing when to step in and when to step back. For instance, if he's struggling with something, you can offer your perspective or encouragement, but it's also okay to let him navigate the challenge on his own. Men value women who trust them to handle their own lives, just as they value women who have the confidence to handle their own. Now let's talk about the emotional connection that comes from this balance. When you support him without losing yourself, you create a dynamic that's both comforting and exciting. He knows he can count on you, but he also knows that you have your own priorities and passions. This duality keeps him intrigued and makes your relationship feel dynamic rather than one-sided. Here's a quick example. Imagine he's venting about a tough decision he has to make. Instead of giving him all the answers, you say, "I know you'll figure this out. You're great at handling challenges like this." You've just done two things: shown that you believe in him and given him the space to take ownership of his choice. That's support with independence, and it's a game changer. But let's not forget the importance of receiving support as well. A strong, independent woman isn't afraid to lean on her partner when she needs to. By allowing him to support you in your moments of vulnerability, you're creating a deeper bond. You're showing him that you value his presence in your life, not because you need him to complete you, but because you appreciate what he brings to the table. This balance between support and independence is what makes you truly unforgettable. He'll see you as someone who adds value to his life without taking anything away from your own. You're not just his partner, you're his equal, his cheerleader, and his inspiration. So how do you start embodying this balance? Start by reflecting on your own life. Are there areas where you've given too much and lost touch with your own passions? Or maybe areas where you've held back from supporting him fully? Small changes, like pursuing a personal goal or offering a heartfelt word of encouragement, can make a big difference. Now let's make this interactive. If you're loving this insight and ready to find that perfect balance, like this video and comment number 1 below. Let me know that you're ready to become the woman who's both supportive and independent, the woman he can't stop thinking about. And if you want more transformative tips like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a step on this empowering journey. As we move forward, each step builds on the last, creating a version of you that's magnetic, confident, and unforgettable. ready to uncover the next key to staying on his mind. Let's keep going. This journey is far from over. 7. Use flirting as a powerful tool. Just hearing the word flirting can make you smile, right? It's playful, exciting, and when done right, it's one of the most powerful ways to captivate his attention and keep him thinking about you non-stop. Flirting isn't just about teasing or dropping compliments, it's an art form. It's about creating chemistry, sparking connection, and leaving him craving more of your energy. So let's dive into how you can use this incredible tool to your advantage. First, let's redefine flirting. Many people think it's all about exaggerated gestures or over-the-top lines, but the truth is far more subtle and effective. Flirting is about energy. It's the way you look at him, the tone of your voice, and the little nuances that make your interactions feel charged with excitement. It's about sending the message, "I see you, and I like what I see." One of the most underrated flirting techniques is eye contact. Think about it. When someone holds your gaze just a second longer than usual, it creates a spark. Eye contact says so much without you having to utter a single word. When you're talking to him, let your eyes do some of the talking. Look into his eyes when he's telling a story and hold that gaze just a beat longer than feels natural. It's subtle, but it's enough to send his heart racing. Another key element of flirting is your smile. A genuine, playful smile can light up a room and his mood. But don't overdo it. The most captivating smiles are the ones that feel earned, like when he says something funny or you're sharing a moment of mutual understanding. Pair that smile with a soft laugh or a quick teasing remark, and you've got the perfect combination to keep him hooked. Speaking of teasing, it's one of the most effective flirting tools when used thoughtfully. Gentle teasing creates a playful dynamic that's both fun and engaging. Maybe you mock his overconfidence in a light-hearted way, or jokingly challenge him to something competitive, like trivia or a game. The trick is to keep it light and fun, never mean-spirited. The goal is to create a banter that makes both of you laugh and feel connected. Now let's talk about body language. Flirting isn't just about what you say, it's about how you move. Lean in slightly when he's talking to you, as if you're hanging on his every word. Brush his arm lightly when you're making a point or sharing a laugh. Play with your hair in a way that feels natural and not forced. These small gestures speak volumes, often louder than words. They signal interest, confidence, and a certain je ne sais quoi that keeps him intrigued. One of the most overlooked aspects of flirting is curiosity. When you're genuinely interested in him, his thoughts, passions, and quirks, it shows. Asking thoughtful questions and responding with enthusiasm makes him feel valued and seen. This kind of attention is rare and creates a deeper connection that leaves a lasting impression. But here's a secret. Effective flirting also involves a little restraint. It's the push and pull that makes flirting so thrilling. You want to engage, but you also want to leave him wanting more. Maybe you're having a fun conversation, and just when it's at its peak, you playfully excuse yourself with a smile and say, "We'll have to continue this later." This creates a sense of anticipation that keeps him thinking about you long after the moment ends. Let's not forget the importance of being yourself. Flirting is most effective when it's authentic. If you're naturally witty, let your humor shine. If you're more reserved, lean into your subtle charm. The goal isn't to mimic someone else's style, it's to amplify your unique energy in a way that feels natural and effortless. Another layer of flirting is the element of surprise. When you say or do something unexpected, it catches him off guard. In the best way. Maybe you send him a playful text out of the blue like, "Just saw something that reminded me of you," still laughing. Or perhaps you make an unexpected yet flattering observation about him like, You know, you're surprisingly good at keeping up with me in conversations. These moments make him feel special and keep him wondering what you'll do next. Now here's where the magic of love stoicism ties in. Flirting isn't about trying too hard. It's about being calm, confident, and self-assured while still showing playful interest. It's about maintaining your composure while creating moments of light-hearted joy. This balance is what makes your presence unforgettable and keeps him thinking about you long after the interaction is over. So, how do you know if your flirting is working? Watch for his reactions. Is he leaning closer to you, matching your energy, laughing at your jokes? These subtle cues are signs that he's drawn to your presence and the connection you're building. And the best part? Flirting isn't just fun. It's the foundation for deeper intimacy. As you embrace flirting as a tool for connection, remember that it's not about perfection. It's about enjoying the process, being present in the moment, and letting your unique personality shine. When you approach flirting with this mindset, you'll not only captivate his attention, but also create a dynamic that keeps him thinking about you non-stop. Are you ready to take this energy and channel it into something even deeper? Let's keep going. The next step will take your connection to a whole new level. You're building something extraordinary, and it's only getting better from here. 8. Surprise him with your depth. Ladies, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you truly surprised someone? Not with a gift or a gesture, but with the layers of who you are. The truth is, most people don't expect depth. They expect surface-level conversations, predictable behavior, and maybe a few interesting quirks. But when you show him that you're more than what meets the eye, you become unforgettable. You become the woman who keeps him intrigued and captivated long after your time together. Here's why this works. People are naturally drawn to complexity. It's why we love stories, puzzles, and the thrill of discovering something new. When you reveal unexpected layers of yourself, whether it's a hidden talent, a passion he didn't know you had, or a perspective that challenges his own, you spark his curiosity, and that curiosity is what keeps you on his mind. So how do you do this? It starts with embracing who you truly are. Think about the things that make you unique. Maybe you're a master at chess or a secret poet. Perhaps you've traveled to a place he's only dreamed of visiting, or you're deeply passionate about a cause that matters to you. Whatever it is, own it. These qualities are what make you you, and they're your greatest assets in creating a connection that feels genuine and refreshing. Imagine this. You're having a conversation and he asks about your favorite hobbies. Instead of giving a generic answer like, "I like movies and music," you say something unexpected like, "I've been learning calligraphy lately. It's so meditative, and I love how it brings art and words together." Suddenly, the conversation shifts. He's intrigued, asking questions, and seeing a side of you he didn't expect. This moment isn't just about impressing him. It's about showing him that you're multidimensional and full of surprises. But revealing your depth isn't just about showcasing talents or interests. It's also about sharing your thoughts and emotions in a meaningful way. Let's be real. Vulnerability can be scary, but it's also incredibly powerful. When you share your dreams, fears, or even a story from your past that shaped who you are, you're inviting him to see the real you. And when you do this, something magical happens. He starts to open up too. For example, you might say something like, "One thing I've always admired is people who chase their dreams, no matter how hard it gets. It reminds me of when I..." And then share a moment where you pursued something meaningful to you. This not only reveals your depth, but also creates a moment of connection. He'll remember your words, your story, and the way you made him feel during that conversation. Here's another layer to this. Challenge him. When you bring depth to your interactions, you naturally inspire him to think differently. Maybe you share a perspective he hadn't considered, or you ask a question that makes him pause and reflect. This isn't about starting debates. It's about creating a space where your conversations feel dynamic and thought-provoking. A man who feels mentally and emotionally stimulated by you is a man who can't stop thinking about you. Now let's talk about adding an element of surprise to your dynamic. Surprising him with your depth doesn't have to be limited to conversations. It can also be in your actions. Perhaps he thinks he knows what to expect from you, and then you do something completely unexpected. Maybe you suggest a spontaneous adventure, like exploring a hidden hiking trail or taking him to an art exhibit he'd never consider on his own. These surprises leave a lasting impression because they break the mold of routine and predictability. But remember, the key here is balance. While it's exciting to reveal new facets of yourself, you don't have to show everything at once. Think of yourself as a story unfolding chapter by chapter. Each interaction is an opportunity to share a little more, keeping him intrigued and eager to learn what's next. This slow reveal not only builds anticipation, but also ensures that your depth never feels overwhelming. Let me share one more secret with you. When you surprise him with your depth, you're also building respect. A woman who knows herself, embraces her complexities, and isn't afraid to challenge others commands admiration. He'll see you as someone who's not only captivating, but also inspiring, someone who makes him want to be better. If this resonates with you and you're ready to become the woman who surprises him at every turn, I want you to like this video and comment number 1 below. Let me know that you're embracing your depth and stepping into your full power. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can continue discovering ways to be unforgettable, magnetic, and deeply connected. As we move into the final step. 9. End every interaction on a high note. Let's talk about a final yet impactful way to stay on his mind, leaving every interaction on a high note. It's a strategy so simple yet so powerful that it often gets overlooked. How you end your time together, whether it's a conversation, a date, or even a casual text, can define how he remembers you. If you want him to think about you non-stop, mastering this art is non-negotiable. Think about this. When something ends on a positive, exciting, or intriguing note, it leaves a lasting impression. It's like the closing scene of a great movie. It lingers, making you replay the best parts in your mind. That's the kind of energy you want to leave him with every single time. The beauty of this strategy is its versatility. You can tailor it to suit any situation, from a light-hearted goodbye to a deeper emotional connection. Let's explore how to make this work. If you've just had a fun and playful interaction, keep the energy alive as you part ways. For example, you might say something like, "You've officially made me laugh way too much today. I'm going to blame you if I can't stop smiling later." It's light, it's fun, and it keeps the playful vibe going long after the interaction ends. He'll remember the laughter, the warmth, and most importantly, you. On the other hand, if the interaction has been more meaningful or emotional, your goodbye can reflect that tone. Maybe you've shared a deep conversation or a special moment together. In this case, you could say something like, "I really enjoyed talking about this with you. It's rare to find someone who gets it. I'll be thinking about what you said." This shows that you value the connection and leaves him feeling appreciated and understood. Another effective way to end on a high note is to plant a seed for the future. This creates a sense of anticipation and keeps him looking forward to seeing or talking to you again. For instance, you might say, "We should definitely finish this conversation soon. I feel like we've only scratched the surface." Or, "Next time, I'm going to challenge you to." These statements are casual but filled with intrigue, leaving him excited for what's to come. Now let's talk about tone. The way you deliver your goodbye matters just as much as the words themselves. A warm smile, direct eye contact, or a playful laugh can amplify the impact of your words. Pairing your words with confident and positive body language makes the moment even more memorable. But don't stop there. If you're saying goodbye after a date or a face-to-face meeting, consider adding a small physical gesture to reinforce the connection. Maybe it's a light touch on his arm as you laugh, a quick hug, or even just a lingering glance as you walk away. These subtle actions amplify the emotional resonance of your goodbye, ensuring it sticks in his mind. One of the most underrated ways to end on a high note is with gratitude. A simple, heartfelt comment like, "I'm so glad we got to spend time together, it made my day," can go a long way. It shows that you appreciate the moment you shared, leaving him with a sense of fulfillment and happiness. What about those times when you're ending a conversation over text or a call? The same principles apply. Keep your last message light, positive, and engaging. For example, you might text, "All right, I've got to run, but this was fun. Let's continue this soon." Or, "You've officially brightened my day. Talk soon." These simple statements leave him smiling and thinking about you even after the conversation has ended. Now, here's the secret sauce: mystery. Adding a touch of intrigue to your goodbye can amplify its impact. For instance, you might end with something like, "There's so much more I could say about this, but I'll save it for next time," or "You'll have to wait until next time to find out what I mean." These statements are playful and leave him curious, making him eager to reach out to you again. Ending on a high note isn't just about the other person, it's about how you carry yourself too. When you leave a conversation or moment feeling confident, positive, and self-assured, that energy is contagious. He'll pick up on it, and it will stay with him long after you've parted ways. Finally, remember that consistency is key. Every interaction is an opportunity to reinforce this pattern. When he knows that time with you always ends on a high note, he'll start associating you with those positive feelings. Over time, this creates a strong emotional connection, one that keeps you on his mind no matter where he is or what he's doing. So the next time you're with him, think about how you can leave the moment feeling light, uplifting, and meaningful. Whether it's through laughter, gratitude, intrigue, or connection, make your goodbye a moment he can't forget. After all, the last thing he feels about you is often the first thing he'll remember. And that, my friend, is how you stay unforgettable. You've come this far, and each step has built on the last, creating a version of you that's magnetic, confident, and impossible to ignore. Every piece of this journey is designed to make him think about you non-stop. By mastering this final step, you've completed the picture. Now the stage is set. Go make your mark and leave him longing for more. You've made it to the end, and now you're armed with the ultimate roadmap to becoming the woman who stays on his mind effortlessly and endlessly. Take a moment to reflect on what you've learned, from sparking his curiosity with mystery, creating unforgettable shared experiences, and using the power of touch, to balancing support and independence, flirting with finesse, surprising him with your depth, and ending every interaction on a high note. Each of these steps is a piece of the puzzle. Together, they create a version of you that's magnetic, captivating, and completely unforgettable. But here's the most important takeaway. This isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about amplifying the incredible woman you already are. Each of these strategies is rooted in authenticity, confidence, and connection. It's about embracing your unique qualities and using them to build a connection that's real, lasting, and deeply meaningful. Now let me leave you with a thought. Becoming the woman he can't stop thinking about isn't just about him. It's about you. When you embrace your confidence, independence, and depth, you're not just capturing his attention, you're elevating your own life. You're creating a version of yourself that's happy, fulfilled, and fully in control of your destiny. So what's the next step? It's simple. Take action. Start applying these principles today, one step at a time. Whether it's adding a little intrigue to your conversations, planning a unique shared experience, or simply walking with more confidence, each small shift brings you closer to becoming the irresistible, unforgettable woman you're meant to be. As you embark on this journey, remember that the foundation of love, stoicism, calm, confidence, and unshakable self-worth is your secret weapon. When you embody this mindset, you not only draw him closer, but also create a life that's rich, fulfilling, and undeniably yours. Before we part ways, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. You've taken the first steps toward becoming the most magnetic, confident version of yourself, and trust me, this is just the beginning. Keep growing, keep glowing, and keep embracing the incredible woman you are. If this journey has inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who might need these insights, because every woman deserves to feel this powerful. Until next time, stay confident, stay radiant, and remember, you are unforgettable.